We have waited a long time for this day. It's going to be our first managerial match in charge of Heart of Midlothian. It may only be a friendly, but there will be nothing friendly when we go on to this pitch. Welcome back, guys, to Son of Scotland 90. It's episode 2 of the Football Manager 2024 Hearts career mode here on FM24, and it is finally ready for us to take our players to the field, stand on the touchline, and hopefully manage our team to our first win and our first job in our first game of this save. Now, normally I do not play friendlies. I do not normally manage the friendlies. I normally let my trusted assistant manager do that. However, I am willing and I'm intrigued to see what this team has got. So I'm actually going to manage this first friendly, which is against Bristol Rovers. So I'm going to manage this, and then I will probably let the assistant manager take care of the remaining friendlies. Or maybe if I like what I see, I might want to do more friendlies. And at the same time, if I don't like what I see, maybe I will want to manage the rest of the friendlies to try and improve that and to try and fix that. But right now, we don't really know. What we do know is, though, we're taking on Bristol Rovers today at Tynecastle. It is a 3 o'clock kickoff, and I am looking forward to this. It's a big opportunity for us to win my first game of charge, and here's hoping, guys, that we can do it. But it is time to get into the team selection. Sander Clark will be in nets, obviously, because we pretty much only have one goalkeeper. We've got McFarlane, who we've got on the bench, but realistically, we know where we're at. Craig Gordon, Sander Clark, that's our two main goalkeepers, and we're going to be without Craig Gordon for, I think, another 4 months, which sucks, but it is what it is. You got Nielsen out on loan, and Halliday out on loan, Gordon injured, Halkett injured, and Lembakiza is out currently on holiday right now. So here, like I said, it is a friendly. We could maybe go with some of the youth players, could maybe go with some of the fringe players, but for this game, I'm going to go with one of my stronger starting teams because I just want to see what we have, and I want to see what we've got in the tank and what we have to offer. So I'm sticking with that team right there. To me, that's the team. Clark, Cochrane, Rolls, Kent, Atkinson, Benenjami, Devlin, Grant, Mackay, Forrest, and Shankland. I think that's the team that will hopefully pick us up a victory here. You can see some notable reactions. Some of the players are looking happy. Nathaniel Atkinson looking very happy, which I'm glad to see. We want to keep the squad happy. We want the squad to be in a good place, and hopefully by the end of the season, we're in a very good place when it comes to the league, when it comes to the cup, and when it comes to Europe as well. All competitions, I want to be looking pretty good. But, I mean, there is the Bristol Rovers lineup. I would be lying if I said I knew any of them. These guys could be great. These guys could be shite. I don't know. But what I do know is Kevin Clancy is the referee, which is interesting. Staff reaction to team news. It's important to never trigger a press when the ball is played to Harvey Fail to improve our chances of winning. Ignore. Frankie McAvoy is telling me this and telling me that, but I think we need to get rid of Frankie McAvoy. I totally forgot, actually. Yeah, I want to bring in my own assistant manager. That is something that I am going to look to do. We've brought in Gordon Strachan, haven't we? And we've brought in a few people. We brought in Jim Duffy. We've got Jim Duffy in there if you watched episode 1. So, yeah, we brought in some people in the backroom staff, and I think that, honestly, I think that maybe an assistant manager is something that I would be interested in, and I will keep an eye on it. We'll see what players are available. We'll see who's potentially able to come in. But you know, we'll check Frank McAvee's stats out just in case. Maybe he is good. Maybe in this game he's great. I don't know. He could be legendary in FM24. Now we're just going to go key highlights because, I mean, it's a friendly game. And at the end of the day, match speed during highlights. Let's speed this up a wee bit. Back post. Oh, goal already. It's Benny Benenjami. Brilliant stuff. That's exactly what you want. We've got the goal already, and it's been disallowed. It has been disallowed, so that sucks. Disallowed there for what? Honestly, just replays. We're gonna have replays off, I think. Match speed in between highlights. I think we're good on this. So let's see. Camera zoom. I think we're good on all that. I think music. We'll take music off. We'll keep sounds on. Alright, here we go then. It's going to be a corner for Hearts. Cochrane getting ready to take this one in. Puts it in towards the back post. Cox comes out, grabs it, but appears to have an injury and looks like he's just punted that away. So Cox is going to have to come off, and he's been replaced by Ward. So Bristol Rovers make that change. We're going to see what Ward can do. He comes in, but Cox goes off with an injury, but also goes off with a clean sheet. So he's done pretty well. The ball was in the back of the net once. However, as we know, the goal was ruled out, didn't count, so therefore Cox survives. He gets a clean sheet, and it looks like it's going to go into the break here at 0-0. It's going to be Hearts 0, Bristol Rovers 0. We're going to go attacking here in this second half, because why wouldn't we? We're going to see if we can change things up. Dressing room. Let's put our hands together. Yeah, come on, let's go. The scoreline doesn't reflect what's happening here. We're going to start the second half with the same team, but I'm not going to leave it too long before making substitutions. So let's see instructions as well. We're going to go a bit more direct, and let's see if that helps at all. But I will be making substitutions relatively soon. You can see both our fullbacks, so Atkinson and Cochrane, are having pretty good games, as is Shanklin. So we just need a goal or something like that. So hopefully it will come. I believe it will come. We just need to be patient, and let's get something going here. So who are we going to take off? Who needs to... Let's see. I want to see what's happening here. So we're going to pause that for now. We'll let it run, actually. I think the ball's out for a goal kick. Right, who are we taking off? Alan Forrest doesn't look to be doing much. Who are we going to bring on? Let's bring on Kenneth Fargas, possibly. We'll bring on Fargas, I think. Will we bring him on? I think we will. Yeah, we'll bring on Fargas. So let's do that. And who else can we bring on? Who else is a possibility? Who can come on here and save this? We're going to bring on Fargas for Forrest. I say save it. We're not really in that situation just yet. We'll bring on Tagawa as well, I think. Right, we'll get Tagawa in there for Barry Mackay. Change the two wide men. In terms of anything else happening here, maybe bring on Nieuwenhof. I think we'll bring on Nieuwenhof for Cammy Devlin. Just change that up a little bit. And we'll leave it at that. We'll make those two subs, and we'll see what happens now. We've got over half an hour to go still, so just freshen the legs up. And Bristol Rovers as well, they're making subs, so you know they're not hanging about either. They're going for it. And I think we do have 11 subs in this friendly, so we can pretty much change it the entire team if we choose to. Kent's on a yellow card. That might be something that we look at. Frankie Kent then. Oh no, and it's been picked off by Fawn, and this could be dangerous. It's Fawn coming through, and it's a shot, and it's saved by Sander Clark. Good hands for the goalkeeper. Double-handed save there, nice stuff. And stopped a potential goal from Rovers, right. And now we're going to make some more changes here, so let's go. We're going to bring on Oda. I think we'll bring on Oda for Grant, and then we'll maybe put Tagawa through the middle. He doesn't look like he can play there. What about Fargas through the middle? No, shit, none of these guys can play through the middle. What if we play Oda on the right, Fargas on the left, and we'll play Shankland in the attacking mid-row. We'll play him in there. Actually, maybe we'll bring on Boyce. We'll bring on Boyce for Shankland. Who else will we bring on? Stephen Kingsley can come on for Cochrane. We'll bring on Toby Sibic, I think, for Frankie Kent. Could bring on Peter Haring as well. I don't know, Peter Haring. I think we'll just make all the changes here. Screw it. Peter Haring can swap with Sibic. We will take off Benenjame for Scott Fraser. And we'll bring on Liam McFarlane for Sander Clark. There's me giving everybody a chance. So, there you go. Can't say I'm a bad guy. Can't say I don't give out opportunities. We're literally using every single player today that we had in the starting 11 and the 11 players that we had on the bench. So we're really going for this here. And let's see. Let's give a shout. Got about 10 minutes to go. I really want the win, so let's demand a bit more here. Demand more from the entire team, and we are going to go pretty much extremely direct at this point. Let's look to hit early crosses too. Just try and put pressure on Rovers. It's Oda down the right-hand side. Plays it out to Haring. Haring now. Is he going to hit an early cross? He's not. He's going to play into Kai Rolls, who will launch one forward. And Nieuwenhof needs to get to that. He doesn't. And looks like Bristol Rovers are going to deal with us again without very many issues. So fail. Back to Hunt. Plays it out to Evans. It's Grant now. And Grant will play it over to on. It's intercepted by Civic. It is Oda. Oda shoots, saved by Ward, and it's a simple save by the goalkeeper. Ball back into the hands now of McFarlane, who's come in for an Hearts appearance. He must be delighted with this today, and he'll want to keep a clean sheet. Obviously, Boyce contends for it, doesn't get it though. It's Evans looking for fail, and it's a chance here. It's Brown, and I do not believe it. We need the flag to save us, and it might, and it has. I think it's been disallowed. Thank God for that. It has been disallowed. I thought it was off. I thought it was marginally off there, and turns out that was the case. So we've got 4 minutes to add it on time here. A chance for one team to get a winner, I think, but not much more than that. So, I mean, look, can we get the ball one last opportunity? Looks like it. We've won it here. Civic back to Haring. Haring now will play it into Neuenhoff. It's now back to Kai Rolls. Kai Rolls plays it to Kingsley, and we're going to see what Stephen Kingsley can do. Ball to Fargas, opportunity here, back to Kingsley, he left foots it in, it's Oda! It is wide at the back post, he puts it across the goal, goalkeeper was diving, goalkeeper was jumping, he could not get it on target, it's going to be a Kingsley free kick here, ball launched in, Fargas! And it's like, no, it's another miss, and this time, I don't know, there was a flag there, was that for a foul, was it for offside, goal kick, I don't know, but it won't matter, it's finished here at Tynecastle, 0-0. Our first game in charge of Hearts. We've not won it, but we haven't lost it either. So, you know, bittersweet. It was a decent performance, and we were decent there. I think we deserved more. But to have that many chances and not score, you know, I think we've got to kind of tell the team that that's not going to be good enough, especially when the competitive season starts. So, it's disappointing that we didn't win, considering we were on top and had a lot of chances. I think that is fair. I don't want the players to get too upset. But at the same time, I'd be lying if I sat here and pretended that I was delighted with that, and you know that's the kind of performance that I want to see going forward, because I don't think that performance, quite honestly, guys, is good enough going forward. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. You know, hopefully we can just not do that shit, and we'll be all right going forward. So yeah, 0-0, first game is what it is. We tried, we played well, but not well enough in the end. Alright, I know this might upset some people and it might upset Frankie McAvoy, but you know what, I'm just going to post an advert here for an assistant manager. That's going to upset him, it's going to piss him off. I mean, rightfully so probably, but I've decided that, you know what, I don't care. I'm going to put the post out there, and we're going to see what happens, and I'm sure he will be upset, or maybe he won't care. Anyway, let's see what we've got here. Michael Smith, 31-year-old. So got some scouts here, some scout reports that we could look at. Honestly, I've not really seen much in this guy. He's on 16 grand a week. That's going to be a no for me. I just see the 16 grand a week and it's like, that's just not happening. And I'm sorry, but no. Ryan Brady has agreed terms to be the under-18s assistant manager. He's coming from Falkirk. 10.5k compensation. It's been accepted, so Brady completes his move to Hearts. There you go, 31-year-old Ryan Brady is in the club, and maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need somebody that is... Let's ask him to recommend a signing, why not? Because, I mean, maybe he knows somebody for Falkirk. Maybe he knows somebody for Falkirk that's worth signing. In fact, let's have a look at Falkirk. Let's just have a look at the squad and see if there's anybody in here that we like the look of. Is there anybody in here that, you know, we could maybe... Well, you got Dylan Tate, who is obviously, I mean, a good player, but he's on loan for Hibs, so there's just no point even attempting to possibly bring him in. You got Callum Morrison, who's somebody that maybe could do something at Hearts. I mean, he's already been at Hearts, but, you know, maybe bring him back, I don't know. Brad Spencer, he seems to be one of their key players as well. But I'm looking at this Falkirk, Calvin Miller. I'm looking at this Falkirk team. I'm not seeing a great bunch. I'm going to be honest. I'm not seeing. Now, keep in mind they still are in League One here, but I'm looking at them. I'm just not seeing a side here that I'm expecting to go on and do great things. I mean, you're looking. I mean, Kelty Hearts there. They've got some decent players on loan. But let's just have a quick look here and see who we've got available in this division. So, I mean, it'd be great if we could sign a couple of League One players. That could be like the next big thing, you know, guys that could come in and Aaron Darge, I'm pretty sure, yeah, he used to play for the Hearts B team. Yeah, it mustn't have been good enough and got moved out, I guess. Don't remember moving on, but there you go. Cove Rangers, no one really there that we're interested in. Edinburgh City, Falkirk, Hamilton. Did we just miss Dunfermline? Oh, wait, no, Dunfermline's in the next. I forgot Dunfermline's already in the next league up, so yeah, we're going to get them. Well, we had a wee look, guys, and I'm not really seeing anybody, so that was that little experiment done. Another player that we're going to see leaving the club temporary on loan is Callum Sandilands. He will be joining Stenhousemuir, which, I think's good for him. Get some first team football, and as a club, I think it's decent for us as well. Let's set a loan target though. I want a guy to try and get goals. Let's see if you can prove yourself during the loan spell. I'll make you a chance to make an impact on the fringe squad when you come back. Let's see. I want a goal target of. I want you to get 6, half a dozen goals. I think that's fair. I can do that with my eyes closed. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. He thinks he can do that, no problem. I'm going to give him a chance. If he does that, then he can have an opportunity when he comes back to Hearts. But we'll give him a chance to prove himself. So, aye, there you go, Callum Sandilands. Go and make it happen in your new career for the season, at least, at Stenhousemuir. Alright, so we have some bad news, that being that Barry Mackay is now out for about 2 weeks. He got a twisted knee, which sucks. However, the good news is Hearts had a pretty dominant win, 4-0 against Dundee United in the next friendly, which of course I sat out. So yeah, that's not good, is it? I sit games out and all of a sudden the team is winning by 4-0. Obviously, I wasn't necessary there. I wasn't needed. Alan Forrest with a brace. Lawrence Shankland with a goal. Cameron Devlin also got a goal as well. So yeah, a massive 4-0 win for Hearts in that friendly. And, I mean, who knows? Maybe that's the best decision I could have made, not being in charge of the friendlies. If every friendly ends 4-0 like this, I'll be very happy though. And can anybody say deja vu? Look at this. Another friendly, another win for Hearts. A dominant win. This time 3-0 against Shrewsbury. The goals coming from Kenneth Fargas, Nathaniel Atkinson, and Alex Cochrane. A lot of yellow cards in there, but you know what? We'll deal with that. We're happy enough with that. However, Alan Forrest got injured, and he's going to be out for a month, which is really bad news. So last time it was Barry Mackay getting injured. This time it's Alan Forrest getting injured. And yeah, I'm happy to be winning these friendlies, but not too happy to see players getting injured after every game. So this needs to be something that I think we sort out. We do have long-term injuries to Craig Halkett and Craig Gordon. The last thing we need is another long-term injury to Alan Forrest. So, we need to make sure our players stop getting injured, and we need to make sure we keep them healthy. I don't know if wrapping them in cotton wool is going to work, or bubble wrap, but we need to do something. Alright, so another win for Hearts. Maybe this one wasn't as dominant. Looks like we were pretty fortunate to beat VTSC. Actually, they had more possession. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. We had more possession, but they had a higher XG, and they also had more shots than us. More than double the amount of shots we had. Nathaniel Atkinson, though, did get player of the match. Kenneth Fargas got the goal and a 1-0 win. But again, disappointing news here. George Grant out injured for 4 weeks. Absolutely mental. Mental, the amount of injuries that we're getting at the moment. It's just crazy. Game after game after game, we're getting players injured, and that is not what we want, especially when the upcoming season is what? It can't be far away now. We're on the 22nd of July. Our opening match is on the 5th of August, so we're talking, about 2 weeks away. We've got one more friendly remaining. We're unbeaten so far, but we've got, that St Johnstone game coming up, and right now we don't have many players for it. Our players are actually dropping like flies with no wings. It's insane. We need to, I don't know what we need to do. Maybe we need to start feeding them Weetabix when we go to training. I don't know. We need to toughen these players up, because right now it's not really working for us. There's something going wrong. And here we go, some big news for us in Europe. We're not entering just yet, but we could find out who one of our opponents are, because the third round qualifying round draw is going to be made. Let's get into it. Let's see who we're going to get buzzing, excited. This can determine whether or not you're going to have a long go in Europe or a short go. We're going to find it right now. We're going to start the draw, and we're hopefully going to get something favourable. Now, I'm looking at the seeded teams. I'm looking at the unseeded teams. Where are we? That's what I want to know. I want to know where we are. So, yeah, hopefully the draw is kind to us, and hopefully we get something favourable. So, we're currently unseeded, which is disappointing. I will not lie. Disappointing, but we'll see. 50 teams left to draw from. So, this could take pretty long. We are, I believe, not available for this, so for whatever reason, we couldn't have got them. But I'm looking at the seeded teams, and there is some, there's a lot of winnable ties in there. There's a couple of teams that I would like to avoid. I mean, I'd take any of them, to be honest, Linfield or Pogoń. I mean, I'd happily take Linfield or Pogoń. I believe they're Polish. Wouldn't really bother me who we got there. You got Santa Coloma and Club Bruges. I want to avoid that. Hopefully we do. I think we can. Yeah, so it didn't look like we could get either of those teams, but we're just waiting now. We're waiting, and we're going to see who continues to come out here. It's Austria Vienna, and it just shows you the teams that we can get, the teams that we can't get. We're just waiting. We're waiting on this process, this draw, the Europa League draw. So, yeah, match 6. We cannot get anybody in this one, so just a matter of waiting. We need to play the waiting game. And we'll see. Match up 7 now. And can we get one of them? Doesn't look like it. Oh, wait, we can. So, we could see ourselves drawn out here. Which we are not. So, yeah, we'll keep waiting. Skip this here. Oh, Hibernian. So, got Hibernian out. Right, okay. We're going to be in match 9. No, we're not. Match 10. It's going to be Inter Diasklos and Apollo. And they get... We don't get that. Match 11, it's going to be Borac or Trnavana, and they will play... No, none of us, so we're still... Oh, Dynamo Kiev. Do not give us Dynamo Kiev. They're a team that we do not want, and we can actually get them, so this would be disappointing, and we've avoided Dynamo Kiev. I'm happy about that. I'll take this. I'll take them. No, we didn't get them either. So match 14 now, Dunslange or Hammarby, and they take on Victoria Plazen or Helgenman, so match up 15 now. We've got Lech and Saba. And they cannot get us, so good news. 16 now, we've got Ghent or Sepsby, and they will get, not us, Dundalk, by the looks of things. So, yeah, we're quickly getting through your 21 teams to go. We can get this, we're not got them, so we just need to wait. Who are we going to get? We can't get the winner of this tie, so we just need to keep on waiting. Matchup 19, it can be FTSC or RFS. We cannot draw them for whatever reason. Matchup 20 now. 16 teams to go. Partizan. Can we get Partizan? We can. They've gave us the green light. Will we? No, we don't. So we avoid them. Matchup 21. Bodo Glimt's in there. We can get Bodo Glimt. This is a possibility. We don't. Hajduk Split comes out the hat. 12 teams remaining. There's Basel. We cannot get Basel. And Bran there goes in instead. So we've got Dynamo Minsk, FSSB. And we can't get them. So we're going to be one of the last teams to get drawn here. 8 teams to go. Acer Alkmaar. We do not want Acer Alkmaar. And thankfully we cannot get Acer Alkmaar. So we've been, a bit fortunate there. How many more teams are left? Not a lot. Not a lot. SK Rapid. Can we get SK? We can. Do we want them? Probably not, to be honest. And we avoid them. Depends who's left though. Who's the seeded teams? You got Dungardens. Oh, wait, we've been drawn as a seeded... Oh, wait, we're unseeded. Oh, so they've drawn the unseeded team first, I believe. And it's going to be Dungardens, so I'm happy with that. It's not the easiest tie, but at the same time, it's not the hardest tie. I think we can do something with that. So, there you go. That is the draw that has been made there. And obviously, we'll keep an eye out on the Scottish representatives, but the main thing that we're worried about is obviously our draw. And I think we will be taking on the Gardens of Sweden. That will be the likely outcome. That will be our likely opponent. So, yeah, we'll have to wait, see whether we get them or not. But I do imagine that they will come through that tie, and I think it will be them that we end up playing for a spot in the next round of Europe. Now, I have been trying to get James Penrice. I offered 75k to Livy, and I also offered Aidan Denholm and Macaulay Tate on loan. So, looks like they've rejected that. I don't know if they've got any interest in the players that we offered. I'm willing to go up here to 100k. I think we'll go up to 100k and we'll see what they say about that. Like I would like Penrice, so I'm going to try and do my best to get him. You can see the bookmakers' top young player of the year awards. They reckon it's going to be Fabio Silva that wins that. Could be Fabio Silva. Andrew Fisher is on the short list. We don't want him. Herbie Kane, no idea who he is. We're going to say no. Marvin Siegler looks decent, to be honest, but he's 32, and I am going to try and stay away from signing players that are in their 30s. I think I would prefer the younger players. That's why we're looking at likes of James Penrice. But for now, I'm just not really seeing much in these. Kyle Bartley, he's played in Scotland before, but we're going to say no. I'm not going to take a chance. Nathan Wood, current Swansea player, I'm going to say no to him as well. And then Denis Shevarev, I believe this guy had a stint at Real Madrid. I think he did. I mean, I could be wrong there. Did he play for Real Madrid? I think he did. You know, we're going to check here. I'm convinced he did. Yeah, he did, back ages ago. I mean, it was a long, long time ago. And he made 2 appearances. Well, he did actually come back. You know, he made 2 appearances in the 2015-16. I mean, Shevarev, I mean, would he be somebody that we want? Would he be somebody that we're interested in? I mean, possibly. We'll scout him even further. And we'll see if there's a possibility of us getting him there. But I don't know. We'll have to wait. And like I said, he is 32, but I mean, he's a recognisable player. He's played at some top teams. He's been around the block. And he is skillful. Yeah, I mean, he is a player that would add to us for sure. But we'll wait and see what happens. Another injury, Jesus Christ, Kingsley now out for 5 weeks, and our players are dropping like flies. It's the last thing that we want. But right now, man, you know, we just cannot seem to keep players fit for whatever reason. They just cannot get through games without being injured, and it absolutely sucks from our perspective. Blair Spittle, somebody that we'd be interested in getting. We will continue to keep an eye on him. His contract runs out at the end of the year. So maybe we put a bid in right now. He did actually join Hearts. Obviously, we've got him in real life. Do we put in a bid or do we wait? How much do they want? Oh, they want almost $1 million. Not a chance. I ain't giving them that. I was going to see how much they wanted, but that's just unbelievable. Callum Boyd-Munce is another player that we're interested in. Young player for the future. Potential. I would be interested in bringing him in. His contract, he's gone at the end. I mean, what could we get him for? What about 50k? We'll put a bid in for 50k. I don't know if St Mirren will accept that, but at the same time, I mean, his contract runs out at the end of the season, so they might. Karim Bellarabi, obviously a big player, but nah, just, I mean, again, played for Bayer Leverkusen, but somebody that I'm not really interested in. And then I've got this guy here, I mean, he wants almost 10k a week, so again, that's going to be a no for me. Just cannot afford to pay those kind of wages, so yeah, we'll wait and see. We've got Toulouse up next, just a matter of waiting. Alright, now it's time to set our bonuses for the competitions, and I mean, there's quite a big difference between high and normal. They won't let us go high on any of them. I guess the club are trying to cut back money, so right now I think we're going to stick on normal. I'm not going to go lower. Continental, definitely not, because Europe's very important. We might go low in the league. I think we'll go low in the league just to try and save a bit of money here. I mean, that could be negative, but no, I think for the cups in the league, we're just going to try and save a bit of money this season. So yeah, leagues, domestically, we're going to try and save some cash, but obviously Europe-wise, we will pay money for for getting far, because we want to go far. Obviously, we want to go far in every competition, but we do accept that Europe is where we can make the big money, and the further we go in Europe, the more money we can make. So, yeah, that's going to work for us. Got Toulouse in 3 days' time, which I am looking forward to. Currently got the Fireplay Cup going on as well, so we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll see what is happening there. We could offer Aidan Delnholm for loan. Do we want to do that? We could offer him. I don't know. Do we offer him on a loan? I don't know. We could. Yeah, why not? Let's offer him out on loan. We'll see if he's got any interest in going out on loan. Get some first-team football. Why not? Alright, so we attempted to sign Callum Boyd-Munce from St Mirren, and they have negotiated a little bit, so they want a bit more money than we were offering. I'm going to go back down to 50k for the transfer fee up front. They want instalments, 6 monthly instalments, so I mean, what would that be? Total cost right now. They want what? So what is that? 25k each every 6 months. Am I right? So yeah, so every 6 months they want 25k. We'll only give 50 for that. And percentage of profit from next sale, I'm only going to give 10%. We're going to see if they accept that. I mean, I think that's pretty fair. But obviously St Mirren, they will want the best deal for them. So I understand that, you know, we might have to negotiate a little bit more. But we'll see. I don't expect them to just give away players for free or give away players dirt cheap. So... And what we got here, we've got loan offers then for Aidan Denholm. And who wants him? Let's see. Livingston have rejected a loan offer, but Greenock Morton are interested in having him till the end of the season. And I think that works out pretty well for us here. I'm going to see if I can get slightly more money. I want 50% of his wages. And if you give me 50%, then we'll see what he can do. They're willing to offer. Alright, but... monthly fee, I want 500. 80, wow, it's getting lower here. You know what, I'll accept that. We'll get Aidan Denholm out, we'll get him first team football at Greenock Morton. It's not a bad deal. We'll take the money, we'll run with it, and we'll see how long that money will last us. But that game against Toulouse is approaching soon. We cannot afford any injuries. We need to get through that game injury-free, or else we are really in trouble. So we need to get in there. We need to hopefully beat Toulouse, get out, no injuries, no legs hanging off, none of that shit, a full bill of health, and then we turn our focus to the start of the Cinch Premiership, where we will be taking on St Johnstone to open up our campaign. I'm looking forward to it. And we have some good news. St Mirren are willing to sell Callum Boyd-Munce. However, the bad news is they want him to be loaned back until the end of this season, which just doesn't really work for me. I mean, I just, yeah, for me it's... I can't. You know, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It really doesn't. I think we need to reject that. I'm sorry. We need to reject that there. The loan back offer has been rejected. Now, does that mean that are they still willing? Let's see. Can we start negotiations? So we can still sign him, we're just not loaning him back. That's what I'm gathering from that there. Let's give him a squad player for now. We'll see if he accepts that. He does accept that. Let's use his existing contract. He's on 1k a week. Wow, okay. We're going to drop that right there. So this is what he's currently on. Let's say we offer him a 4-year deal. And we will give you... You're currently on what? 1k a week? Let's say we give you 1.2. And then let's suggest those terms right there. Wow, look out, wow. This guy here's not happy. He's like, screw you. Well, I don't know. I'm not giving him... I just don't think we can justify giving him that kind of wage rise. I'm sorry. I'm willing to give you 1.5. I mean, agent fee is going to go down to 6. Signing on fee, you can have like 30, I guess. That's fair. We'll see what they say to that. And no, they've walked away, which I think is very disappointing. But wow, the amount of money that he was trying to get for him, that just didn't seem right. What about Theo Bear? Theo Bear's a possibility. Somebody that we could maybe sign. Motherwell striker. Johan Ayungu is somebody else potentially that we could bring in. I think we need to fully scout him though before we do anything like that. So I am disappointed. I actually thought we were going to get our first signing of the season there. I thought Callum Buns-Moyd could have came in, but him and his agent, they were playing hard to get. And if they're asking for that amount of money, then it's going to be very hard to get them. And we finish our final pre-season friendly game with a 2-2 draw. So that's not bad. 2 draws and 3 wins over the 5 matches. Toby Sibic and Lauren Shanklin getting on the score sheet with that 2-2 draw with Toulouse. So, yeah, not the end of the world there. Got another injury here. Jesus Christ, for the B team. Wow. Jack McConnell, our 19-year-old goalkeeper, injured catching the ball, broken finger, out for 6 weeks. That is absolutely mental, man. Just the many injuries we have right now at this club, it's insane. I can't even put it into words. It's sick. Actually thinking about it, man, it would make you ill. I just don't understand why we have so many injuries every single game. We need to stop it. We need to prevent it. We need to do something. And, yeah, we've got St Johnstone up in 6 games' time. So, I mean, we need to make sure we get no more injuries. Like I said, we need to be injury-free from this point onwards. Alright, now we're getting ready for the Fireplay Cup second round draw. But first of all, let's see who actually made it through, because we don't know what has happened in the Fireplay Cup. So, we're going to have a look right here, right now, and we'll look at the tables, and we'll see who is going through. So, with that said, how do we find the tables? How do we find... Let me find it, guys. Jesus Christ. We almost had it there. I'm pretty sure we all... Right, so here we are. Let's view the groups then. So Group A, Arbroath have qualified. Dundee have been knocked out the Fireplay Cup already. It's a bit of a surprise. Let's just go to all groups then. So, yeah, Dundee knocked out. St Johnstone have came through Group B, knocking out Greenock Morton. Ross County and Inverness qualified from Group C. Dundee United and Raith Rovers qualified from Group D, expecting those kind of results, to be honest. Queen's Park have qualified from Group E, knocking out Motherwell. I mean, that's a pretty difficult group. Queen's Park, Motherwell, Airdrieonians. Motherwell eliminate it. And Livy have knocked out Partick Thistle. Partick Thistle, they're coming against Premiership Livingston. It was a close group for the first spot, but Livy getting the job done. St Mirren have knocked out Stenhouse Muir. Bonnie Groves, Hamilton and Queen of South. And a big surprise in Group H, Kilmarnock. Third place Kilmarnock. Knocked out Ayr United and Falkirk, finishing in the top 2 places. That's a bad result for Kelly and Derek McKinns. They will not be happy with that. That's a shocker. That is an absolute shocker for Kilmarnock. So, seeing some, big Premiership clubs knocked out there. You got Dundee knocked out and you got Kilmarnock knocked out as we approach the draw here for the second round. So let's get into it. Celtic are the favourites, but let's go. Let's get into the draw. Hopefully we can get ourselves a home tie. It's always good. St Mirren versus Falkirk. You got Rangers up next. Ibrox, they'll take on Queen's Park. Wow, we know what's happened there before. Tynecastle, oh, we get Ross County. I'm happy with that. I'll take Ross County. That's good. That's a good tie for us. Arbroath get Aberdeen. Celtic get Inverness, Caledonian Thistle. Unlucky for them. Hibernian will be taking on Ayr United. Dundee United will take on St Johnstone, and that means the last tie is going to be between Livy, who get the home tie, and they'll be taking on Raith Rovers. So there is your draw for the Fireplay Cup last 16. Looking pretty good for us. I would have taken that as a good tie for us, a home tie against Ross County, in my opinion. We should be big favourites for that, and I expect us to go through into the last 8. And finally, that day is here. We're just 24 hours away from our match against St Johnstone. We're expected to have a good crowd there, a sellout crowd at McDermott Park. How many away fans will we be taking? Approximately 2,800, so almost 3,000 Hearts fans coming to Perth, hoping for us to get a win to start the season. We've been recommended to make a few changes in there. We might have to, just purely down to injuries, so that is something that we're going to have to keep an eye on. But hopefully we'll do okay, and we can keep the injuries and the players missing out to a bare minimum. We are going to scout the Scottish You know what? We're going to scout. Yeah, so we're going to scout the Scottish Championship and the Scottish League One. Wait, do we need these to be a top priority? Maybe. Is that? Maybe I think we actually might need to get more scouts. I don't know if we've got enough scouts. Could be an issue with the our scouts at the moment. So, scouting assignment. Yeah, we've only got 2 scouts, so maybe that is something that we need to do. Maybe we need to get more scouts in. Scouting centre. Maybe we need to go to the job centre. Jude Smith, someone that we are interested in, so we'll keep a wee eye on him as well. Right, I mean, he's another player that looks decent. So we are being recommended. Yeah, we do want to scout the Scottish Premiership, so make sure we scout that. We're giving us players here that we should be keeping an eye on. I'm not too sure we're going to be looking at any of these guys. This guy seems decent though. He plays for Birmingham. 17. I mean, as soon as you see 17 grand a week, we just know that's not realistic. It's a no. It's a no for me. 32 free agent. That's a no. Connor Barron. I mean, he's somebody that I would take, but just the amount of money that Aberdeen would be interested in him, I'm going to have to say no. I just know. Jan Danda plays for Hearts right now. Good player, no doubt about it. Contract. I mean, comes to the end of the season. Oh, I mean, like, he's decent, but I'm going to say no. I'm not just going to sign every single. Callum Slater is somebody that I would be interested in, but just think it would be cost too much. Keena's Backass, another player that, I mean, we would take. We will keep an eye on him, to be fair. George Harmon is another potential player that we could be looking at. 22 years old. Yeah, you know what? We'll keep an eye on him as well. Callum Boyd Bunce is somebody that I've tried to bring in, and you know, we will put in another bid for Boyd Munce at the moment. I'm going to offer that. To me, that's pretty fair. I don't know if they're going to accept it or not. They said no. I mean, what if I go up to 60? We'll make that offer there. I would like to try and get somebody in. And then James Penrice is another signing that I do want to make. Right now, though, they just don't seem to have any interest in these 2 players, so maybe we should just get rid of them. And, I mean, how much do they want for James Penrice? What if I say 200k? Well, you know, we'll ask. We'll see. I think 200k is a pretty fair offer. Maybe they'll accept that as a straight offer on its own, or maybe they'll decide that they still want to hold it for a bit more money. You know, at this point, we'll just have to wait and see. Bruce Anderson, we just seen in the scouting there. He's another guy that I would be interested in getting. So, I mean, I think we've already put a bid in for him. And we'll just have to wait and see. If did we put a bid in, or are we waiting? Did we put an offer in, or are we? Yeah, so you know what? Let's see. I'm going to put in a bid for 130k. I don't know if Davy Martindale will accept that. I mean, he could buy a lot of alcohol. I mean, he could go out and he could buy the best whiskey with 100 and whatever k. I mean, that's a lot of money. I just don't know whether he's going to be interested. But here we go. It's going to be our pre-match conference. Let's do it. First game of the season coming up. There's a real buzz around the squad. I think our squad is a strong one, but clearly Kai has enormous quality. What's the latest on the Alan Forrest injury? I'm expecting him back sooner rather than later. Things are going well. You're off season. Are you confident? I'm very happy, yes. You must be looking forward to getting the season underway. Yep, I am. Want a good start, good performance, good result. Heading into new season, do you know your strongest team? The opening day is a complete unknown. I just want a good performance. And there you go. See, I've kept my cards close to my chest there. And I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I don't know my strongest team. We'll find out my strongest team as the season progresses. And we'll find out who I want in the team. And we'll find out, more importantly, who I do not want in the team. As it turns out that game against Doon Gardens is going to be on TV. So it looks like we need to get players in here. Can we auto-select these guys? Let's do it. Boom. Select that. That's for the upcoming European squad. And that is what we want. Get that done. Now it's time to save the game, guys. And that is where we're going to end it. We will be back next time in episode 3. And we'll be ready to kickstart our Premiership campaign, our domestic campaign, underway with that match against St Johnstone. Hoping that we can get the win. Hoping that we can get off to a good start. Get 3 points on the board. And we'll take it from there. Still yet to get a signing in. But I'm hoping we can also do that in episode 3. And again, St Mirren are willing to sell Boyd Munce, but they want him loaned back, and that's a concern for me, because I want him available. So again, and he's not interested. I'm unfortunately going to have to reject that. I'm just going to have to reject it, because I want him as one of my players. I don't want to buy him to loan him back out. You know, it doesn't make any sense to me. There's some of the other fixtures: Celtic, Ross County, Aberdeen, Levy, Dundee, Motherwell, Rangers, Kilmarnock. It's going to be an interesting start to the season, and I will see you guys in episode 3, and hopefully we can get off, and hopefully we can get a win in our first game. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you next time out for more FM24 Hearts Career Mode. But until then, till next time, peace.